This girl accidentally indulged in sexual desires in front of her best friend's father. Strangely enough, the man was also her own father's close friend. Being young and inexperienced, she misunderstood it as love and constantly tried to flirt with him. Day and night. One time, when he was drunk, she pinned him down on the sandy beach as the waves crashed repeatedly. Her actions grew increasingly brazen. She even sneaked into his room at midnight demanding to sleep with him. When rejected, she used the trick of stealing while crying out, forcing him to put a ripe banana in his mouth. Where will this story end? Will the man jumping into the Amazon River wash away all his sins? Welcome to today's film. Antone is a hot-tempered man with old-fashioned views about women. During a vacation, he returns to his isolated old house on the island with his 17-year-old daughter. Luna, however, his wife doesn't come along. Instead, his divorced friend Lauren comes with her daughter, who is also Luna's close friend. After half a day's journey, they arrive. Antone pushes open the door, drags the luggage inside. The two fathers seem excited by the natural scenery, but the daughters are less enthusiastic. The old house is dusty and far from the beach or any entertainment spots. On top of that, there's no Wi-Fi. Luna immediately complains in frustration. Antone advises his daughter to be more practical and not waste time on virtual networks like some addicts. Knowing Luna likes guns, he proudly takes out one from the cabinet that his father gave him when he was 14. Lauren shows disapproval, saying it's wrong to teach a child, who is only 18, to handle firearms. The two girls drag their suitcases upstairs to a cramped room that smells of dead mice. Seeing it, they scream loudly. Lauren runs up, scolding, "If you're this cowardly, how can you even shoot a snake or a eel?" He, Antone, chases the mice around to tease the girls, then tells them to shower and get ready for dinner. Antone wanders off to visit family graves. Lauren uses the time to clean the house, while the daughters try to find a Wi-Fi signal. Seeing the kids constantly whining, Lauren uses her playful antics to entertain them. He, Antone, plays music, pretending to ride a broom like a witch, but his moves resemble horse riding. While the three are jumping around excitedly, Antone returns and turns off the music, feeling annoyed because he just tried calling his wife without success. Luna asks if there's any signal. Antone replies, "Outside at the grave." Hearing this, Mary laughs mischievously. Lauren, understanding the cue, pinches her daughter to restore discipline. Who would laugh like that at their father's grave? Ignoring the warning, Luna goes to her grandfather's grave, sits with her butt toward the tombstone, opens Facebook, and takes spooky pictures with her friend to post online. At this time, Luna notices that her friend Roman is also on the island. Mary immediately runs to persuade her father to allow them to go out. Antone hasn't made a decision yet, but Lauren objects, saying it's dangerous to ride a motorbike there at night. After being persuaded by the girls, Lauren agrees to call a taxi, but they must return by 1:30 a.m. Both girls are thrilled. Planning a wild night, Luna tells Mary she will hang out with Roman, a bigger guy who's glued to his games, while she herself wants to meet a mature, caring person who is ready to drop everything for love and commit. The two friends chatter about love and laugh heartily. By October, evening falls quickly. When it's time to go out, the two fathers carefully remind the taxi driver to return the girls by 1:30 a.m. and strictly forbid them from going to bars. But once the taxi starts moving, the girls shed their outer clothes, ready to party hard. They line up shots of alcohol and split into teams, drinking continuously. Mary has some food to line her stomach, while Luna immediately faces the chaos outside. The party hasn't ended, yet the girls are already enjoying themselves outside, taking provocative photos with Roman. They eventually return by taxi, letting two boys give them a motorbike ride. Antone is upset, but Lauren restrains him, saying to wait until they sober up to scold them. The next day, they pair up to climb a rope down a waterfall. Lauren carefully supports Luna from behind, unaware that her granddaughter is ovulating. When undressing, Luna deliberately exposes her intimate area. Lauren sighs to calm herself, then sits on the bike to head home. Luna keeps looking at her uncle's back, swallowing nervously. It seems a forbidden affection has begun to spark. That evening, while shopping, Antone notices the girl has a large chest and feels attracted to allow her to hang out with Mary. He agrees, despite his attention being elsewhere. Luna's gaze constantly follows him. Seeing a woman flirt with Antone, Luna shows visible irritation. She tells Mary, but Mary doesn't care. Her father is her own concern, and she already has Roman. Reluctantly, Luna must handle it herself, rushing to pull Lauren back, citing that friends wanted to celebrate. The woman in the red dress disappoints Antone, but there's nothing he can do. He tells Luna to find Mary and go home together. However, Lauren, having been drinking, is now unable to drive. Mary pleads with her father to allow her to stay a bit longer, promising to take a taxi back. Luna wants to remain too. Focusing on her friend, she orders a few more drinks, and she and Lauren dance wildly until they sweat profusely. Later, while walking on the beach, Luna suddenly removes her clothes to swim. She provokes Lauren to join, thinking this is just modern youth behavior. Reluctantly, Lauren follows, looking around cautiously, then plunges into the sea. Unexpectedly, Luna mischievously pulls down her uncle's pants and jumps on him, trying to kiss him. Although slightly drunk, Lauren is alert enough to push her away. Luna pretends to be cold, sits on the shore, and acts pitiful to get Lauren to comfort her, pressing her bare chest against her uncle. Lauren is somewhat confused, allowing Luna to pin her down without resistance. On the way back, Luna is cheerful, while Lauren is worried. He, Antone, can't imagine the scandal if this gets exposed. As they reach the yard, Antone is holding a gun, looking aggressive, searching for wild boars that have destroyed the wall. Lauren is scared but tries to remain composed. The next morning, while Lauren is brushing her teeth, Luna unexpectedly enters, wanting to explain that last night was just an accident. But the girl didn't listen. Luna reached out, rubbed her uncle's cucumber, then cheerfully ran outside. Mary, observing both of them, became suspicious. She guessed that something had happened last night between her father and her friend. At the beach, Luna asked Lauren to help apply some sunscreen. He reluctantly agreed but had to look away. Suddenly, she grabbed his hand and placed it on Lauren's butt. Lauren jumped up in shock and ran straight into the sea. Luna immediately followed, despite Lauren insisting she wanted to swim alone. From a distance, Mary saw this and couldn't stay calm. The argument continued. Lauren felt this trip was completely ruined. Luna's father was her close friend. And the girl wasn't even of legal age. Yet Luna insisted they were in love. Once again, she grabbed his leg and clung to his shoulder but was pushed away by Lauren. That night, Mary dressed up to go out. Lauren wanted to stop her, but the girl hinted at the matter between her father and Luna. So he, Antone, could only tolerate it. Luna became increasingly audacious, sneaking into Lauren's room, demanding to sleep with him, and shouting for her father when refused, forcing him to comply. While Lauren was anxious, Luna teased and joked. The next morning, she even praised the sun god for sleeping together like a couple. She wanted to make their relationship public, forcing Lauren to say, "I love you," before returning to her room. Mary, seeing this from the stairs, became furious, went into the room, and pulled the blankets over the bed. Luna continued talking about her relationship with her father's friend, making Mary even more disgusted. She went to the living room. Antone noticed and asked Mary why she wasn't in her room. Irritated, she snapped, "Uncle, you're too nosy." Feeling stung, Antone ran to report to Lauren. Lauren calmed him, saying she would find an appropriate time to talk to Luna. That afternoon, Luna acted up again. She brought up the previous night at the beach, forcing Lauren to take her on a jet ski. Lauren, frustrated, accelerated at full throttle. She also kept teasing Luna, making her scream in fear. That evening, after dinner, the family played cards. Luna used her naughty leg to tease Lauren. Mary, seeing this, was disgusted, mentioning her father's lover and suggesting Lauren invite her along. Luna showed obvious jealousy. When everyone left, she demanded to know who that girl was. Lauren sternly warned Luna to watch her words. But Luna insisted, leaning in to kiss her to assert ownership. Lauren angrily pushed her away, insisting everything needed to end. Luna, saddened, returned to her room, closed the door, and cried bitterly. That night, Luna slept with her father. In her confusion, she mentioned being in love, but that brief happiness quickly ended. Antone found out her boyfriend was the same age as her. He went crazy interrogating her, and Luna, annoyed, stormed back to her room. Antone then asked a close friend to track down her daughter's boyfriend. Lauren shivered but tried to appear calm. The operation began. Antone approached Mary, but she couldn't betray her father, so she claimed not to know who he was looking for. Seeing his daughter's handbag, Antone took her phone to investigate, but without the password, he was stuck. Lauren, anxious, reluctantly agreed to help Antone hide the phone. That night, Lauren took Luna to a restaurant. Seeing a couple feeding each other, Luna signaled her uncle. Lauren tried to explain that she and Luna weren't a couple, but Luna showed off the photo she had just posted on Facebook. Lauren persuaded Luna to delete it, but the girl refused and asked if, assuming she weren't her father's daughter and were of age, Lauren would consider her a real lover. Lauren was exasperated but had to patiently explain the situation to Luna. After dinner, when they reached the alley, they heard gunshots. Antone was furious because he had just missed shooting a wild boar. Luna immediately bombarded Lauren with questions. Lauren stumbled to explain, hoping Antone would forget it. Initially, he suggested Luna might be lying for attention, then claimed he had a small lead, possibly connected to a DJ. Antone, enraged, shook his gun and went to the previous night's entertainment spot to investigate. Spotting an older man with facial hair, he assumed he was the culprit. Waiting for him to enter the restroom, Antone punched first and questioned him. The man, terrified, explained he was celibate. Only then did Antone and Lauren leave, hearing a noise in the garden. Antone fired, thinking it was a wild boar, but it was the neighbor's black dog. They had to dig a hole and bury it. The next day, Antone apologized to Lauren for his harsh words the previous night. She shrugged it off. They had breakfast. When the elderly neighbor came asking about the dog, both exchanged looks pretending ignorance. Mary glared at her father and spoke rudely, then got up. Lauren hurried to explain to Mary that she had no intentions of sleeping with Luna. The next day, Lauren and Antone went hunting wild boars in the forest with local villagers. After gathering courage, Lauren decided to tell her friend the truth. Antone, hot-tempered as ever, punched her repeatedly. Meanwhile, Luna officially apologized to Mary, explaining that it was her initiative, not her father's fault. Mary insisted that her father, as an adult, had the responsibility, and what he did with a friend's daughter was completely wrong. Lauren didn't return home until midnight. Antone quietly went to the recording room to pack up and leave the island. The next morning, when the two girls returned, looking at the fathers, they realized something had gone wrong. However, seeing their father remain calm, Luna felt happy. She looked at her uncle and smiled slightly. And that brings us to the final scenes of today's film. That's all for now. See you in the next video. Don't forget to give a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, everyone.